Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I've got a really special story for you. It's all about a very curious boy, a super powerful god, and a festival that, well, it changed absolutely everything. Let's jump right in. I want you to think about something for a second. Have you ever done something just because that's the way it's always been done? Like maybe a funny family tradition or a rule in a game you play with your friends? Well, our story today is all about asking why and seeing what amazing things can happen when someone is brave enough to suggest a totally new idea. All right, so let's paint a picture. Imagine this really beautiful, peaceful village called Vrindavana. We're talking green fields everywhere, happy cows mooing. It's just a lovely place. But on this one day, it wasn't so peaceful. Oh no, it was buzzing. Everyone was running around, super excited, because they were getting ready for a giant festival. A party for Indra, the king of all the gods, the one in charge of the rain. So, living in this village is our hero, a young boy named Krishna. And let me tell you, Krishna was special. He was super smart, super kind, and boy, was he curious. He was always asking questions. So when he saw everybody in a tizzy preparing these huge piles of food and decorations, he just knew he had to figure out what was up. So he walks right up to his dad, Nanda, and he asks him. He says, "My dear father, my Pita, what is going on? What's this big festival all about?" And listen to that word he used, Pita. It's a really cool, special word for father from a very old language. Yep, that word is Pita. It comes from Sanskrit, which is this amazing ancient language, and it just means father. It's a really nice, respectful way to talk to your dad, isn't it? So Krishna's dad, his Pita, he smiled and explained it all. He said, "Son, we're getting all this ready for Indra, the god who controls the clouds and sends the rain. The idea was, if they gave Indra this huge, awesome gift, he'd be happy and send them rain for their crops and for their animals to drink. It's just how we've always done it," he said. Okay, so this is where things get super interesting. It's like we have two totally different ways of thinking here. On one hand, you've got Nanda's way, the old way. We have to please this big, powerful god way up in the sky to get rain. But then you have Krishna, and he comes in with this brand new idea. He's like, wait a minute, what if it's our own actions that make our lives good? What if we should thank the things that are right here helping us every single day? And Krishna didn't stop there. He looked at his dad and said something really powerful. He said that all the big things in life, being happy or feeling sad or even being safe, it doesn't just come from some god you can't see. He said it comes from our karma. And that's our next big word from Sanskrit, karma. It's a simple idea, really. Karma just means our actions and what happens because of those actions. So what Krishna was saying was pretty simple. You do good things, you get good results. You plant a good seed, you get a beautiful flower. So, with this idea of karma in his mind, Krishna laid out a whole new plan. He's like, okay, forget the festival for Indra for a second. Let's use all this yummy food and have a party to say thank you to the things that are right here helping us. He said, let's honor the wise people who teach us things. Let's honor the cows who give us all that delicious milk. And let's honor that giant mountain right over there, Govardhan Hill. It gives our cows grass to eat and a place to live. And here's a super cool secret hidden right in the name of the hill. Govardhana is actually two Sanskrit words put together. Go means cows, we learned that, and Vardhana means to nourish or to feed. So the hill's name literally means the one that nourishes the cows. How perfect is that? It's exactly what Krishna was talking about. So Krishna's plan was basically a recipe for the best party ever. Step 1, cook up a storm. We're talking delicious sweet rice, yummy cakes, everything you can imagine. Step 2, give some of that amazing food and gifts to the wise teachers. Step 3, and this is important, give all the cows a huge feast of fresh green grass. Step 4, take all that amazing food you cooked and pile it up in front of Govardhan Hill. And the final step, step 5, everybody walks around the hill, around the happy cows, and around these beautiful sacred fires, just singing their hearts out. I mean, doesn't that sound like a great party? And guess what? The villagers absolutely loved it. They trusted this clever little boy, Krishna. So they said, yeah, let's do it. They took all the stuff they had set aside for Indra's ceremony and started cooking up a storm for this new festival, this Govardhan Puja. They made so much delicious food, you wouldn't even believe it. So the whole village comes together. They bring this mountain of food and place it right at the bottom of Govardhan Hill. The air is just filled with happy songs and celebration. And right at that moment, when they've put down the last offering, something miraculous started to happen. Everyone stops. They all look up. And rising from the very top of the mountain is this giant shape. I mean, huge. The old stories call it a Brihatvapu, which means a giant, magnificent form. It was bigger than anything they'd ever seen in their lives. They all just stared, wondering, what is that? And then a voice that sounded like thunder boomed across the entire valley, and it said, I am the mountain. Whoa! Can you imagine? The villagers were totally stunned. They were amazed, maybe a little bit scared, but Krishna, he just stood there, smiling, because you see, that giant mountain person, it was really Krishna. He was using his magic to take on this incredible form, and this giant mountain Krishna reached down with its huge hands and started to eat all the food. It ate up every single bite, all the sweet rice, all the cakes, every delicious thing they offered. It was the mountain's way of saying, thank you, I accept your gift. And while everyone was still staring with their mouths open, Krishna turned to them and pointed, all excited. He shouted, look, see, the hill, the mountain itself has come alive to bless us. He was showing them, right then and there, that his idea was real. When you're thankful and kind to the world around you, the world finds a way to be kind right back. And just like that, any fear the villagers had just melted away and turned into pure joy. They cheered, they danced. It was the best party ever because they had learned something so important that day. They learned that you don't have to look way up into the sky to find something magical. You can find it right here, in the world right in front of your eyes, in the people who help you, the animals that you love, and the nature that takes care of you. So that amazing story leaves us with a really big question. A question for you. What's the Govardhan Hill in your life? What are the things and the people that help you and nourish you every single day? Maybe it's your family or your teachers at school. Maybe it's the house that keeps you warm and safe or the food on your table. This story is all about remembering to say thank you for that everyday magic. So take a second and think, what are you thankful for today?